Hello, my crafty friends. It's Sharon Luska here from My Crafty Greetings. Did you miss me? I'm back. I've had a few life bumps, but I'm trying to get my glue back on the road here. And I wanted to show you this gorgeous little set. I wanted to do a Scrappy Tales video and also wanted to do a craft roulette process video. Sarah Liz was the guest, and we got card for friends, bright colors, happy and partial image. And it was a fun show. She is fabulous for our community. Anyways, we're going to use this A7 sunflower book frame cover die plate or cover plate. I'm not sure. The whole deal there. I will list it below. I will give you my links below. I love this little sentiment. It is adorable. You are my sunshine. That script is gorgeous. And my hands are huge, so that is actually quite a big sentiment. Okay, so let's talk about adding detail to die cuts. You ever wanted to add some detail to your die cuts and just didn't want to haul out the Copics or the blending inks or anything like that? I really love to grab my cheapo watercolor set. I grab a cheap brush and I go ahead and add it to the colored cardstock regardless. You do not need to cut these out of watercolor paper to make this work. It works perfectly fine on just regular cardstock, especially when you're adding just a few little sweeps of detail. And the nice thing is that you can blend up your colors and in one tiny box, get yourself a really decent match. And if the lines don't work out perfectly, don't worry about it. Now, if you can't hold on to those little die cuts, grab yourself a little bit of Post-it tape, stick it to the back, and you can go to town adding all the detail that you want. I'm just adding some lovely texture onto this center for the sunflower, and I'm going to use a few different browns, and it just really pops it up the next level. And because you're not adding a lot, it doesn't take long to dry either. Just set it aside and you're off to the races. Okay, I'm going to cut a frame from this background that I made. It's a technique I've never shown before, and I've never seen it anywhere either. If you would like to see this technique, leave me a comment below, and if I get enough comments, I will get onto it. If you haven't subscribed, now would be a good time too, because I show the craziest things on this channel. Okay, these sunflowers, you need to cut the back layering piece and flip it over if you want the front layering piece to match it. If you want these to all line up. And what I did is I put some little dots here of pencil so that I could cheat and see where things are supposed to line up. And that helps me a lot. If you don't want to line them up or it's too frustrating, leave it without lining it up. It looks frilly and gorgeous anyways. But this look, I wanted to have them actually matching. Although I didn't attach all the detail pieces down, I just glued in the center there, as you can see. I think it gives it a really pretty lacy effect. And if you can't line them up, they still look gorgeous too. These centers now, just put a bit of glue. I did bend them a bit with my fingers so that they would have a little bit of pop-up. If you want to, you could always put a little bit of foam tape behind yours. They're just fabulous, and I think that they look even better with the detail that is put into them from the die, as well as the extra, attention that we gave to them with our watercolor. Okay, so let's do a parameter check. Card for a friend, check. You're only going to get a card if you're a friend. Bright colors, well, there's my sunflowers and that gorgeous teal. And the green is going to really kick it off. The happy is the happy birthday sentiment that we have. And the partial image is going to be that little sunflower hanging off the bottom. Are you wondering what Craft Roulette is now? It is a show on YouTube. It's almost every Friday night. It's a challenge where they spin the wheel and the 4 parameters come up. And then the fun begins as we try and meet all 4 of those parameters. You take a photo of your card and you post it to Craft Roulette and you can win prizes. It's just a blast, and it's my go-to when my crafty mojo has started to dwindle down. The best way to understand it is check it out. The links will be below. You ever been in a position where you've been stuck wanting a specific color of metallic watercolor and you just don't have it? Here's what I do. I hollow my Catherine Pooler inks and pick a color that's closest to what I'm trying to make. Add it to the watercolor, metallic watercolor that is also similar, but not quite what I want. And by the time I take and mix in the ink and the watercolor, the metallic watercolor itself, I end up with a color that's very similar. Now you can see the yellow coming out of my brush because naturally I didn't rinse it. I was just in one of those moods, but I am going to spatter this over my garbage can so that it is not everywhere here and on my project, but you can see how that ends up being much closer to what I'm looking for. And you can see here too, once I had less yellow in it, it also was much closer. You get my drift though, right? Okay, so there, now we can see that splatter and it's not all over my desk. I also adhered Tim Holtz doily. I like that texture. I don't know what it is with me in plain white cardstock, but it's almost like I'm allergic. I don't know. We're going to get these gorgeous blooms adhered down, and I did get a chance to tell you they are about 2 inches, well, maybe even a little bit bigger than 2 inches across. They are a wonderfully large size. Now, when I glued my flowers down, I just put a good zhip of glue in the center of them, just to hold them down nicely, but also to leave the edges. That way I could take my greenery here, my leaves, and with a little bit of glue on the base, I could slide them underneath. And it also gives me an opportunity to give them a little bit of a zhuzh, some curling, and some dimension, just to add that extra wow to those flowers. And finally, we're going to add our sentiment. This is a Karen Burnison layering happy birthday. It is the most amazing happy birthday sentiment I own. I bought both the layering and sentiment die, and I will link them below. Just snipping off these leaves here that are overhanging, and there is this card, but hold on, there's one more card that I'm doing as a bonus that I made from the piece that we cut out of the center. And I don't know if you guys are subscribers to SashaReade, but I used a little technique that she just demonstrated and adapted it to something myself. So I just cut a square out of the centerpiece that was knocked out of that frame, and I've put some ATG on the back and am just gluing it down flat, trying to line it up all nicely here. I've got my sunflower and my sentiment, you are my sunshine. I'm going to arrange the leaves here, but I'm looking at it and it's like, it looks so flat and boring. It needs something. So I grabbed myself a gray marker. It's a C1 Copic, but you can use any light colored gray marker that you want. I picked the C, which is cool, so that it would give it a nice kind of cool shadow that matches with the blue that we've got on there. And I did the center of it as well as the outside. Now, what Sasha showed on her most recent video was that she outlined stamping. So there's the C1, that she outlined stamping to give it an instant shadow is very cool. I'll link that video down below as well. So I've got my flower arranged here in my leaves, and I'm just going to get some wall safe tape. This is the best stuff, Scotch wall safe tape. It holds things very gently, even though I've painted on those, and that way I can just flip these up, squirt the glue underneath, hold them down, and it's going to be exactly in the position I want, and then a little swirl of glue in the center of my sunflower here, and then I can just peel that off ever so gently. It's got the perfect amount of stick. It's amazing. I will also link that below. Now, a little bit of glue on the center here, and I've got my ball tool so that I can give that a bit of a cupped shape to it. I thought that that looked pretty cool. And then I wanted to pop up this sentiment. This is some homemade foam tape that I make from packing foam, and my Xyron sticker maker roll that I snapped out of its carriage. It's the best way to use it, let me tell you. And any little pieces that I cut off, I always just add them back onto it somewhere. Get that put in the right location. The nice thing too is the packing foam is nice and thin. Now, I thought that this was a clear glitter jelly pen. It is not. It's got glitter in it, but it's got some sort of like greeny silvery background to it, and you can see I have wet Nuvo drops on there as well, so I'm trying to be careful. And I thought, oh, it'd be so nice to have a little shimmer around the edge, and oops, I go right out of the line. So I end up having to think quickly, and I decide, you know what, if it's going to be out one end, I may as well put it out all of the ends and make it look on purpose. And isn't that part of what card making is all about? You guys are fantastic. Thank you so much for supporting me by using my links. And don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up, comment, even if it's just an emoji, it puts a big smile on my face. And here's a couple more videos that you might be interested in. And don't forget to check out Craft Roulette. Thanks so much. Hope you guys get some time in the craft room. Bye.